This segment has been sponsored by Pro Bikes Caribe. Pro Bikes Caribe, get yours today. Greetings, listenership. Welcome to TLC, Tropical Literature Creatives, the podcast where we interview authors of Caribbean heritage about themselves and about their literary works. Today we have with us author and scriptwriter Geeta Outar-Sirjoo. Geeta, welcome to Tropical Literature Creatives.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
We were talking before, and this interview has been a long time coming. I was supposed to reach out to you for a year now. The way that things worked out, we're finally having this conversation, and I'm glad that we're able to do this.
Me too. Yes, I'm happy the time has finally come.
Yes. Not just because of your writings, but because of, obviously because of your writings, because you're an author, but also the way that your writings have made headway, not just in the Caribbean, but also internationally.
Yes, it has.
I usually ask this question, if it is I were to come to Guyana for the very first, and I arrive at the Chedai Jagan airport, and I meet you, what would you recommend that I try if I were to come to Guyana for the very first time? What place would you recommend that I visit, or what food would you recommend that I try?
Definitely the Kaito Falls and the cook-up rice and pepper pot. Most definitely. Yes. And we have lots of other nice dishes that you can try, but those are the standout ones.
Okay. I will take your recommendations to heart.
Yeah, don't forget the cassava bread to go with the pepper pot.
Okay. I'm making notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I obviously you'd have written several books, but one of the books that stand out to me is a book that was recommended to me by someone, and this book is A Rainbow in the North. Can you tell us a little bit about this book? Not too much, because we want persons to go out and get their copy, but enough that would pique our interest so that we would go out and we would get one.
Okay, so A Rainbow in the North is set in India and in Trinidad, where there's two friends had to escape some thugs, some bad guys from India to Trinidad. And then when they came, one of them got caught up in a triangular love affair, which went bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So I don't want to give out too much, but this is A Rainbow in the North, and it has been scripted for a television series.
Oh.
By a studio in Trinidad, Mr. Lipao Studios.
Okay. Then this is something that we have to look out for, man.
Yes. So far, we're still in pre-production stages of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pre-production or not, I mean, it's very encouraging to know that there's something like this on the way, so that I can just keep my eyes open or keep my ears open for when it does come out, because it does sound interesting.
Sure, it is. There's a lot of action in it, also a lot of drama, not just romance.
As you said that most of it takes place in Trinidad. Is it that I would recognize places like Port of Spain, Chaguanas, Curep, places like those in the book mentioned?
Yes, most definitely. Maracas Bay, of course, and Grand Bazaar, South, Bamboo. You'll recognize places where most of the actions are.
Yeah. I like that. There's something that is happening that I can identify with. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I just want to let's just travel back in time a bit. I mean, seeing that you would have written this book and your book is being adapted into a series, when would you say that you began your professional writing career?
In 2013. And that one started with Fortunate Disaster.
Whoa.
Yeah. My writing, I never thought of myself as a writer.
Okay.
I always used to write little stories in order to teach my two sons. I have two sons, to teach them morals. So I will make up little stories to bring out the moral that I want to teach, right?
Yeah.
And I thought myself of being a writer and being a good writer. I will just scribble certain things and tell the story. And one night I dreamt this entire story of Yeah, and it just wouldn't leave my memory. Every time it is like somebody was talking to me. It was so profound. Like somebody was talking to me all the time. And what I didn't dream, the details came in my thoughts. And that is how I started writing. And that's how Fortunate Disaster was born. And then writing just kept going.
How many books have you written so far?
I have 4 books. I have stories in 2 anthologies. I have several scripts. I have a proof of concept that is in film festival at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Art for Love, that is the name of the one that is in film festival at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Hollywood one.
Ah.
Yeah. Have We Met Before is the name of one of the scripts. Secrets in the Rupununi is another one that hopefully we would start filming that one before the end of this year.
Whoa.
So that's a secret I just let you have.
Okay. We have plenty gems being dropped here, man. Plenty gems.
Yeah.
And
Plenty gems.
Yeah. It's like 2024 is going to be an exciting year for you.
Yes, it is. It has started that way and it is going that way. And hopefully it doesn't end.
Okay. Your books, are they self-published or did you go through a traditional publisher to get them done?
I tried traditional publishers, but the length of time that you go through and the amount that you pitch to, and some would reply and some would not reply, and it's very discouraging.
Okay.
Traditional publishing is very discouraging. So I choose self-publishing way.
Okay.
And
have you had any regrets about going to be self-publishing?
No, not so far, but I would still like to try the traditional publishing.
Okay.
Just see how that works out, weighing the pros and cons of it.
Okay. Self-publishing, how was your experience where that is concerned? Was it easy to learn? Did you have assistance with the process? Or is it something that you outsourced to somebody for them to do?
No, I did it on my own because my eldest son is in literary himself. He does a lot of, not publishing per se, but he is in this field of work and he helped me a lot along the way. So I wouldn't say it cost me anything because I had him, or I still have him do it. He still does all my stuff for me.
Okay, I guess I see how it works out there.
Yes.
But even though he did some of this stuff, were you involved in the process? Say, for example, the cover design or maybe...
Oh, yes. To give my approval or conceptualize for him. Yeah.
Okay. The main book, Rainbow in the North, how long did it take you to put that book together? Like from conception to having like a printed copy in your hand?
I would average about 2.5 years, maybe 3.
Okay. And I guess this is between the back and forth when it is that you're probably maybe approaching publishing houses first and then yours eventually decided to self-publish. I guess that's how it went down.
Yeah, that's how it went down.
Okay.
Yeah, and since then I haven't tried traditional publishers again. So I've done Lone Survivor. This is a short story, as you can see.
Yeah.
This is basically a true story with little fiction in it. A little fiction. You know how that has to work, right? You have to take the edge of the truth, the full truth.
Okay, tell us a little bit about this Lone Survivor.
So Lone Survivor, growing up in the same village where I am here presently.
Yeah.
It's a fishing village. And the fishermen would leave from the depot not very far from here, and they have to pass in front of our house. So I was familiar with the fishermen.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them in particular, he was the captain of a small boat. and it was around Christmas time. And some of the poverty at that time in Guyana was really bad, right? When I set this book, I think it was set in the 70s. And he, with his good mind, the captain with his good mind, decided, okay, I'll make one more trip before the end of the year.
Yeah.
To put some money in the pocket of these youths. And they were all able-bodied young men trying every skill they have to survive poverty. So they knew well how to fish. And he took them out to sea, and they were supposed to spend 14 days. So a trawler capsized a boat,
Yeah.
and all of them went under. And in the pocket of the boat,
Yeah.
when they went over, it caused a pocket. So the air is up here.
Yeah.
But when they went up into the pocket to get that air, that oxygen, it was a trap. They couldn't come back down. So when they couldn't come back down, the captain was sleeping. He slept on the outside. Oh, they were sleeping. And the captain slept on the outside. And the three young men were sleeping in the cabin. So when they went up there and they couldn't come back down, that became a watery grave for them.
Whoa.
But the captain had to, he fought his way and ended up on top of the boat now that it is capsized.
Yeah.
He ended up on top of the boat while his crew is under. And he survived. I wouldn't tell you the details of how he survived, but he survived.
Of course, we have to buy the book. We have to buy the book to find out how he survived.
How he survived. Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that is not true in this story is how they came home. Because he brought them home. They had to bring them home. So that's the only part in it that wasn't true.
Okay.
It's a fiction.
No, but that sounds like film material there.
I think all of my books are recommended for film. Every single one of my books. Because everyone who reads, they say it's a page turner. Every book is a page turner. That is the word that they use, page turner. That they just don't want to stop on this page, they must turn the other one and continue reading. And that's a good compliment to get.
Yeah, you have that suspense. You have that suspense there.
Yes.
Seeing that you would have been writing and the reception has been so good. For persons who might be listening and who may want to get into writing as well, what advice would you give to them?
So I will tell them to write. Anything that comes in your mind, you just write. Because writing is not only about being creative, it is therapeutic. When you write, you step into a whole new world. And you live through your imagination. And for me, that is what, my next book, if I make it out there or not, I'm writing.
Yeah.
I'm writing. Yeah.
I see that a lot of your books are based on, like, in places that you would have lived. About your books being used in the education system to help persons with their reading and their comprehension skills.
I would love that very much, and I'm trying to get it into the system, into the school curriculum over here. And I'm pursuing that, but so far I haven't made much progress in it.
Okay.
But I have the different counties, the different regions. Guyana is made up of 10 regions, right? 10 regions. Yeah, 10 regions. And I'm getting it, some of the people responsible in the region, they are trying individually to get it, because some of them who read it, they are encouraged.
Yes.
They are encouraged and they want it in. Especially this one here, Castles in the Sky. This one it's a very motivational one, because it is about a young man at the age of 17 escaping poverty also, and going to Venezuela when Venezuela was good, and his trials he had there, and coming back and establishing himself here, getting into finding love and getting married, and then separation, and then finding love again, and in the empire he built for himself and all of that. So this one is very motivating, and this is the one that I really want to push through the school system. These two, Lone Survivor and Castles in the Sky, I think young adults especially could gain a lot and profit from these.
Yeah, I could see that, because there's something about literature that comes from like an author, like where you in the region that you live. When it is that elements that you could identify with, whether it be place names or language, when it's things that you can identify with, you receive it more readily, as opposed to items from the outside. Just take a bit more time to process and interpret. So I can see benefits of that.
Yeah, and then this one, especially writing this one here, I think I touched some very sentimental strings, Castle in the Sky, because I lived in that poverty, and I could so fully understand the struggles that I tried to pen in that book.
Yeah, I guess when it is that it's something that you can know about and you can identify with, it's more, the book has more meaning to the writer.
Yes. Everyone has their own special place in my heart. Mm-hmm. That one stands out.
If it is that we wanted to get copies of your books, where can we get them?
Okay, some bookstores in Trinidad has, which I have to replenish, because I think not all that have now. Mm-hmm. So I'll have to replenish those. But in Guyana, some bookstores in Guyana has, but mainly on Amazon you will get them.
Okay. Are there digital copies of them?
Yes, they're on Kindle.
Right.
Yeah, and you could get it there. I think there is another software that has it, but
yeah, no, if that's the case, then I can get probably all the books, because personally that's how I do my reading with the Kindle, because of I'm on the move. Carrying like an actual physical book is just not convenient for me. So the Kindle application, that works well for me.
Yeah, but I like my hard copies because I like to smell books.
Because I have friends like that. They say if it is that you can't flip pages, it isn't a book.
Yeah, so I carry mine.
Okay.
I have and the anthology just came out in Trinidad. I don't know if you're familiar with Poetry and Prose.
I recently became acquainted with the group.
I have a poem and a short story in that.
Okay. No, that things like it that warrants some looking into.
Yeah, and then there's another one in Plenty Talents.
Okay. All right, Ms. Sirjoo, that pretty much brings us to the end of our interview. I really appreciate you making the time to be interviewed by Tropical Literature Creators to share details about your book, about your writing process, and about the beautiful country of Guyana and what we should try when it is that we get there.
Yes. Well, thank you so very much for having me and highlighting me.
Okay, it was our pleasure. Okay.
Thanks again.
You've been listening to TLC, Tropical Literature Creators. If you've heard something of interest or something you like, reach out to us. Reach out to our authors. Follow us on social media. We look forward to hearing from you.